Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the channel, part of the community. Thank you for watching. Whatever your motivation or reason, it's okay. So this is going to be your Monday reading. Of course, I'm making this the day before on Sunday, which is that seems to be working really well. So I'm not even going to say it any longer. Just know that I'm recording them usually the day before. And I may try to do a short outside somewhere today. It's getting a little chilly, but if I can, I will. The vibe. Okay. I know on the calendar Sunday is always the first day of a new week, but in my mind, as someone who's worked forever, like everybody else, the beginning of the week always feels like the beginning of the week on a Monday. So that is my beginning of the week, Monday. And so for the beginning of the week, for this coming week, I don't know if it's going to be the whole week. I feel like it's going to be just the first couple of days, maybe through Wednesday or part of Wednesday. I feel like the vibe and the energy, hi, I'm Holly, energy reader, psychic medium, blah, blah, blah. You get it. I like to start, if you're new to the channel, I like to start with the vibe that I'm picking up. I ask Spirit, give me the message. What is the vibe? What is going on? And then a lovely mug to kind of solidify and confirm that. And it gives me something really warm and cozy to drink. And I like that. So, onward. To the point. Get to the point, lady. I know. Okay. The vibe for most of retroactively Sunday, as well as moving into, but there's some angst to work through. So I feel like on Monday, there's going to be the day of resolution, recognition. That's important, that word. Recognition of where you are within yourself and in a situation. Resolution, recognition. Somebody, I love this phrase. Someone is having, or maybe as a collective, we are having that come to Jesus moment where we can't fake it any longer. We have to just say our truth and it's out there. Now, you may not be saying it to other people. I feel like this is more of an inward process for the first part of the week. The latter part of the week, then it opens up. Then it starts opening up in a very public way in terms of you expressing it outside of yourself. Let's just focus on Monday for now. The word is celebrate. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. And what are you celebrating? Yourself. Today is a day to celebrate yourself. I know it's the beginning usually of a work week. If you have the chance, even if it's for 15 minutes, do something positive, do something kind for yourself. If weather permitting, get outside, go for a walk, make yourself your favorite drink, to something warm to drink or cool to drink or wherever the seasonal reality is for you. Do it your own personal private reading. Just sit and connect with the tools of a metaphysical trade, or sit in the energy of spirit. Meditate. Please, please, please form some sort of meditation practice that you can do on a regular basis, even if you only get to do it once a week. If ideally it would be every day, but if not, okay. And that can also mean a walking meditation, walking a labyrinth, going for a walk in the neighborhood, doing calisthenics in a room, it's whatever, stretching, gentle stretching in a room. Mindful movement can be a form of a walking meditation. So Monday is a day for self-care, self-healing, almost like it feels like a solidifying your connection to yourself through spirit and your connection to spirit and celebrating who you are. I don't think we give ourselves enough credit. Celebrate your successes. We're so busy trying to rush on to the next thing that we forget sometimes to celebrate all we've done. And it doesn't mean you don't make plans. It doesn't mean that you don't move forward, but it means for just a minute you can sit and be and relax and celebrate your life. All right, so let's get into some cards. Mm. That's lovely. Okay. Mm. All right, so we are going to get into some cards now. And, all right, I keep coming back to this one. So this is a new deck. I got this yesterday. I'm going to get my glasses on now because I know I'm going to need them. It's by Gordon Smith, artwork by Naomi Walker, and it's called The Healing Spirits Oracle. So, I haven't looked at the guidebook. I have no idea what the interpretation is, but I love the hand with all the energy coming out. Your palm chakra. It is powerful. Gordon Smith, I'm pretty sure I got the right person with this because it was a long time ago. I went to basically it was a type of conference, but they had multiple speakers, and he was one of them, and it was just wonderful. He is a British guy or an English guy. He is he was a hairdresser by trade, funny, down to earth, just a normal guy you'd want to hang out with, and he just happened to be a medium. So I really enjoyed his style. I enjoyed his way of doing things. He wrote some books, or a couple of books, I think. I read those. And he had, he came from working class family and background, and it's sort of like, I'm not sure how this is going to be accepted. So he was just a fun, good guy, All right. So this deck is very different. I also think it's interesting that it has the hand on the front with the energy coming out very much like a healing hand. And on the back of the cards is the caduceus. So it is the sign for the medical community. All right. So, again, I haven't read the book. Just got it yesterday. Sometimes I just don't read the book because I like to let spirit tell me what's going on with it. And sometimes how you interpret things, they're saying take the one from the bottom. I'll leave that face down. And the one from the top? Okay, that's the way they wanted me to do it lately. So the bottom, the top, they're face down. I have no idea. And now I'm going to just go ahead and do a regular shuffle and see what jumps out. But it's sort of like literature or literary criticism. Yes, you can look at the writings and any interviews, if at all possible, or the written word of the author to find out what were their intentions for that piece, whether it be a poem or a novel, whatever. But ultimately, the interpretation lies in the reader's mind. Because how you respond to something is your genuine response to it. Now, when you add something like a psychic reading or a mediumship reading, well, that's a little different. But with a psychic reading, how you view a card is going to be filtered through your lens and hopefully with the voice of spirit. You can take a look at the motivation of the author, absolutely, and that's part of the learning process. But ultimately, that card may mean different things to you every time you see it based on the reading. It's all about the reading and the person the reading is for, okay? It's not really about the card. The cards hold absolutely zero value or power within themselves. They are tools. They are absolutely tools. And you can put your energy into them and make them very personal on your own. Okay. You're saying one more from the... No, not from the middle. Okay, there we go. This one. All right, that seems to be the way they want me to do it here lately a lot. So if you feel energy emanating from something and you're reading it, which is a type of psychometry, what you are doing is picking up the energy of the living people. Now, as I've said before, everything has energy just because it's made up of moving atoms, you know. But in terms of for reading purposes, if you're reading for yourself or someone else, and I know it sounds like it gets into a lot, but let's suffice to say, these cards, like this deck, this, I'm not going to say, oh, Oracle of the deck, please tell me what you need me to know. I'm not, no. I'm asking spirit guides and guardians, please move me to understand how to use this as a tool to hear what your messages are for me. Boom, there you go. All right, so let's take a look at this. Let me just flip these over. I know, I'm a little, I need to celebrate myself today. All right, so here we go. The first one. Your spirit guide can lead you, but can't do it for you. Maybe that's my sassy pants attitude, okay? Wow. And that is a waterfall. Is that a person going over the waterfall? These are really dark cards. I'm having trouble kind of telling. Or someone going up the waterfall. I don't know, but I know it's a waterfall with somebody, I think, in the middle. And the big moon overhead. Or they just jumped in. No, that's the reflection of the moon on the bottom. I don't know. The message is, your spirit guides can lead you, but you have to do the work. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You got to do the work. Okay? So that's what that means. Listen to the nudge from spirit and act on it. And what have we, at the door image, that's what they're giving me now. So think about, in past videos, we've talked about this prayer of, you know, when you're asking your spirit guides or guardians for direction, I like to tell them to be very direct and very clear with me. Show me the door. You don't even have to open it. Show me the door. I will do the work and walk through it. Just show me, point me in a direction, give me the inspiration, the idea. I will do it. I will walk through that door. And that's what that door is. Inspiration, thought, motivation. You know, why not try? The only thing holding you back is fear. All right, and then the next card, inner space and universal knowledge. Well, doesn't it kind of look like a face in the, ooh, it's kind of like an optical illusion. But this almost looks like the third eye when it's actually a bright star. But tell me that does not look like a face in that card. Anyway, maybe it's just me. Top of the head, chin, mouth. Yeah, looks like a face to me. So, inner space and universal knowledge. I believe that goes back to this celebrate yourself, and that is confirming the energy vibe for the day. Okay? This is a good time to become calm and still so that you can hear the inspiration that Spirit is providing you. Okay, and then the last card from this deck, your path may be bumpy, but this will alter soon. Isn't that a cool card? I really like this one. I haven't seen this one. I really like this card. Sometimes we have choppy waters, and that looks like a little water spirit. Almost like a bird flying out of it. Just because there are choppy waters doesn't mean there won't be calm seas later. And sometimes we need those choppy waters to stir it up and get things moving, okay? Think about when right before a storm and all of your senses kind of enliven, and you know, that's part of reminding you that you're alive in a safe way if it's not a bad storm. And then it's sort of like stage fright too. An actor who I would be worried about, and not just an actor, anyone who is a public speaker, which is one of the number one phobias, I think, in the world. Anyone who's getting ready to speak in front of a group of people, if they don't have a little bit of nervousness, it makes me wonder, how on top of things are they? How excited about it are they? Has it become so old hat? Has it become so routine that they don't even get fazed by it anymore? They just walk out and do what they need to do. Are they then doing it by rote, or are they energized at all by what's happening? So sometimes that turbulence, I don't see as turbulence, or the bumpy stuff, I don't see as necessarily being bad, as long as it doesn't go on and on and on. I can just see I'm in this instance, and I could interpret that at a later date in a different way. But in this moment, in this reading for today, in this celebrate yourself, find your peace energy, do something good for yourself, intentionally say, I'm just going to have a self-care moment here, even if it's only 15 minutes or a moment. Or maybe it's a whole day or half a day or an hour. Good for you. Maybe it's making a special meal. That's for someone. For someone, it's making a special meal and taking the time and being aware of all your movements while you're prepping it. That, again, is a form of a moving meditation. But that bumpy, choppy water kind of imagery in this instance, I feel, is the same thing or akin to just the public speaker who's like, oh, I'm a little nervous. Not nervous that's debilitating you or the person, but the kind that keeps you alert and excited and energized and like, okay, here we go. And then you do a great job. Okay? All right. Now, let's move on. Let's see what other messages we can get after I get a little sip of my coffee. What is it, baby? I hear one of the cats. I think that might be the baby. I'm in here. She's protecting her toy right now. All right, cats do that. They make that kind of weird, kind of wow sound, and I asked her about it and years ago, and that vet told me that it's usually when they're hovering over a toy. I'm like, yeah. And she said they're protecting their baby. They're protecting their toy. Okay, letting everyone know that's theirs. That's important. That's important. Someone may be letting everyone know. So I feel like somebody is like claiming space or claiming something. Okay. All right. The unfolding. Oh, yeah. And I just got like the chills up one side of my body. So I feel like someone is concerned about loss or losing something. And so they're vocalizing something out loud for like general consumption or the public to hear or something like that. I don't, take that how you want. I don't know if you all can hear that. Come on, Meredith. It's okay, baby. Oh, she's too busy with her toy. All right. Unfolding Path Tarot. Haven't used this one in a little bit. Really like this deck. So let's see what we can come up with. What are the messages for Monday? What are the messages? What are the messages? I feel like, and all of a sudden I've calmed down. I feel like the energy is going to be much more gentle than it has been lately. So this day of self-care is perfect timing because, yeah, we've been living in some really chaotic energy. Yeah, we've been living in some very chaotic energies, and the Nine of Swords was here. But we're coming to an end. That is validation. We're coming to an end, to ending the cycle with the 9, ending a cycle of that harsh, debilitating feeling, and I'm hearing feeling as though you've been stabbed in the back energy. So there is something coming in that is improving. Okay, the light keeps changing. Sorry, guys, I don't know what that's about. Nothing in this room is changing. The only flicker we have whatsoever is that one battery-operated candle back there. And it's battery-operated because I know batteries are not great, but I can't have anything with a flame that low, or the cats would potentially burn the house down. So, yeah. All right, what is the message for the collective? Spirit guides and guardians, Mother and Father God, creator of all things, all that is. I feel like there's a maternal energy with this. There's a maternal energy here with us today. There's a maternal energy. She just wants me to keep going. Okay. All right. And what is the message? And this one? Okay. And this one is not leaving my fingers. Okay. Oh, love that. I'll show you what's on the bottom of the deck in a minute. All right. So we've got, yeah. All right. All right. So this is what, this one, the Nine of Swords again. That was on the bottom of the deck. That cycle is ending. I jumped ahead. That cycle is ending. Well, that's not what was on the bottom of the deck, but that's what was sticking out that, or, you know, on the, I guess it was on the top. Anyway, this is what's on the bottom of the deck. I'll go ahead and show it to you. The Sun card. Best card in the deck. Happiness. You know, I don't take reversals, but even if you do, it's still a positive card. So let me put I'll put these in the order that I actually pulled them out. So we started with Ten of Swords. She goes, hi, baby. Oh, are you going to bring your toy in here? Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. All right. So, Ten of Swords. And this seems to be the song I always hear. The Dog Days Are Over by Adele. So, thank you. We are coming out of the darkest days. This is a total ending. And this is an ending, not of anything or anyone. This is an ending of a cycle. This is an ending of a cycle. Okay? Isn't it nice to let that go? You know how you let it go? And that could be a cycle of any kind. A self-imposed cycle, a self-imposed fear, doubt, insecurity. It could be letting go of something from the past that has not served you well. It could be letting go of worry and fear about currently a situation that you're in. It could be letting go of a person, a place, an event, a job. It could be staying in the same place or in the same job, but letting go of all the concern about it and saying, whatever, it's a means to an end. I'm here until I'm not. You know, and that's not a defeatist attitude. That's I'm going to make sure my needs are taken. Hi, baby. She brought her toy and then jumped up. Oh, mwah. So this is letting go of what doesn't serve you any longer. Period. The end. Or changing your attitude about it so that you can just kind of like, it doesn't touch you any longer. It doesn't faze you any longer. And you can go ahead, hi, baby. And you can do what you need to do until you can find what you want. And you know what? You will. And here's why. Bam. Okay. Knight of Wands. Fire energy, energized, active. This is someone on a move, on a mission, on the move. Okay. So yeah, this is someone who, look at that little face. Look at that little face. All right. This is someone who is on the move, okay? There will be change coming, and until you get there, you are breaking the chains that bind, or you are pulling those swords out of your back. If you feel like you've been an energetic prisoner, if you feel like you've been under attack, it is stopping because you're making it so. And you have the ability to do that. And you are saying, no. And you are going to find your path. And you're not just going to take a leisurely stroll down it and say, well, whatever happens, happens. You're going to change your mindset. You're going to say, no, I am not a victim. I'm not even just a survivor. I am thriving in my life. And you will see what you want. And you will say, I know what I want and I know where I'm going. I'm just going to take off, start running because it'll be somewhere new. Okay. And this almost, I'm getting that sense of the Olympic torch. Someone, it's like an elite athlete, okay? This is the person running with the Olympic torch. This is someone going for gold. All right. I'm sorry, my face itches. All right. And then the last card that was on the bottom of the deck. Oh, baby. The Sun. Best card in the deck. No, don't eat that. Don't eat my necklace. All right. You're going to get there and you're going to be fine. And when you do, you can stop running. You can put the torch down and you can just celebrate. That is outstanding. What a great message. All right. Now, anything else? Anything else? We haven't, no. Yeah, they're saying these. Okay, I was going to do a Lenormand, but we haven't used these for a while. Queen of the Sun Oracle. Because with that sun on the bottom of the deck, sun energy. Okay, and it's doing this, so let's see where that is opening. Hey, hey. Passion. Now this has passion between two people, and that could very well be it. A passionate, fresh start, a passionate, for some of you it might be a reunion. For some of you it's going to be an established union, but with a new purpose or a new understanding or realization. It could be you in your own life. It could be you in a career path that you're like, I know what I need to do now. And you're energized. Okay? So, yeah. They want me to leave this one out. All right. Let's see what else we've got here. And that's card 38. That might be a person. Or it could be a community. The family you make kind of thing. It could be a literal family member, or maybe even creating a family, bringing a child into it. 38, yeah, in numerologically speaking, you always add the numbers together. There's certain numbers you don't add together and they stand alone, but if you have more than one, typically you add them together. So that's an 11. 11, it's 2 ones side by side, so that's often in the number 11, or 2 ones side by side are very often seen as a coupling, a twin flame, that kind of thing. The 2 tower, not the 2 towers like in America where they were bombed, but like the 2 towers that are in many of the tarot cards, the gateway to the other side. It's sort of a divinely inspired and led union. Okay, or add the 2 ones. And 11 is one of those numbers that you generally leave it alone when you're talking about a life path. But if you did add it together, then you've got a 2, and then the number 2 has been coming up a lot in readings here lately, I've noticed too. Okay, this had to stop. Pull right here. Power. Yeah. You've got the energy of the sun in your hands, in your third eye, and above your head and around you. You carry the power of the light. And I don't mean the sun in terms of just the solar energy, but the light in quotation marks. You carry the power of the divine. You carry the power and the energy. You carry the power and the energy and the wisdom of all that is within you. Please remember that. And then the next card underneath it, card 11. How you like that? Rest. All of this is just one thing is confirming the next. Even while I was talking about the numerology and all that stuff, I'm like, well, I'm not getting into this so much. Because that was necessary before this card was pulled so that it would be a synchronistic understanding and event. So, card 11, rest. You can have all the power you want, but if you're exhausted and drained, you're not thinking clearly. Monday, this is confirmation. We are through the worst of the days. It does feel that way. Monday is a day to, even though you have all this power, it's okay to use it to heal yourself. Pull it in and rest. Celebrate yourself. Do something kind for yourself. Take a salt bath and cleanse and heal if you want. If you want to, I feel like there's a lot of liquids and fluids, whether it's taking a bubble bath, a salt bath, whether it's standing in the shower and just letting the water run over you. If you can get to a lake or a pond, anything, if there's a fountain, it just something about running water. And if you can't, because like right now here, it's kind of chilly, there's liquid in this cup, there's coffee in this cup. Whether it's a tea, an herbal tea, or you make a big thing of soup, a big pot of soup or stew, something with a heavy liquid base would be very healing for a Monday, okay? Or for this particular Monday and part of your self-care routine, okay? All right. I think that's it. Yeah. Let's see. Is that maternal energy? The maternal energy is still here, but has stepped back a little bit. It's just this mothering energy, pretty strong, pretty focused, pretty determined. Just checking in, wanting to make sure everyone is okay and that you're taking care of yourself. I'm just going to tell you what I'm hearing. I want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself the way you're trying to take care of everyone else. Don't overextend yourself. You learned lessons a little later than most. Yes, that's okay. Leo, the late bloomer. However, make sure you take care of yourself too. Make sure you take care of yourself too. Don't neglect your own needs. Be careful not to rely on bolstering yourself in ways that may not be healthy. And be honest with yourself. Even if you feel like you may hurt others, you really you will teach them a lesson of strength and further compassion. And what I just heard was, well, before I get to Maudlin, I'm going to just go ahead and go now. Okay. Well, so there you go. I don't know what that was about. She's not giving me any further information or a name or a way to identify. She just, she was about a generation or two older than I am. I'm in that older generation now. So I feel like she was just sort of like everyone's mom, you know. That was her role and her mission and her goal in life. All the neighborhood kids came to her house. She had dreams and aspirations and desires, and I think that sometimes was something that she knew because of the time period she had to put that on hold. But not hold, but maybe on hold till the next lifetime, which she didn't process in that way in life. It was just her lot. And it wasn't a burden to carry because she loved what she did and she saw value in it. But she wants more for those she cares about. So don't neglect yourself is the message. And thank you, maternal figure. Yeah, and she stepped back and moved back now. And she has crossed over, moved on, and all that. Yeah, there's no worries there. But that just, I think, goes along and confirms too. Today needs to be a day where you not only celebrate yourself, but decide, what is it that I really want my life to look like? What do I want for me in my life? And as soon as you can be honest with yourself, that is the first step in making those things happen. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, onward and upward, or onward and lateral movement until we make a change. Okay. All right. So be well. Take care of yourselves. And have a happy Monday. Celebrate yourself. Thank you.